Do you ever find yourself where you're kind of doing a video, maybe you go off topic and then things get a little weird? And what happens is you kind of go off on some tangent. You may say some stop words like you may like screw things up a bit and then you come back to it. And I think this is part of the creative process because as you're thinking and talking, it's you can't have the best polished performance. All right. So this video is actually going to be a little bit, actually, I'll just leave it as it is. But what you want to do in that situation is you can use a tool that I love to use called Descript that will clean up and, remove all of the filler words. I find particularly for YouTube videos, it makes so much of a difference for me because it will make all these little cuts and just clean up everything. And so they actually have this tool called Edit for Clarity, okay, which will let AI cut all the tedious parts of your video, cut the parts that are not only filler words, but non-essential chatter where you're just kind of talking and, things aren't really progressing a lot. Okay. This will happen if you're doing like, let's say an interview show or some kind of unscripted video or unscripted podcast where it will cut a lot of this stuff up and make it so much more interesting for you, and particularly for your viewers. And that's really important on YouTube because watch time, right? When people get bored and they click off, that affects your watch time. That affects your whole distribution across your whole channel. So this is the script here, and this is what I use to do most of my recordings. Not this one because I've actually I want to demonstrate how to use Descript, so I have to use something else. But normally I use Descript for literally everything that I do. I just find it so fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a file. Okay, I'm going to add an older YouTube video. So what this is going to do is this is going to make this video better by using AI to cut out all the boring parts and make it a lot clearer. So what I'm going to do is I've downloaded this older YouTube video, and this is about ChatGPT, how it's threatening Google search. So the first thing that you do when you load a file into Descript is to transcribe it. Okay, all the magic happens with the transcription because then you actually can edit a significant portion of your video just from the text. So the aspect ratio here is a little bit not great. You'll see the black bars there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to expand that and get rid of the top, which I don't really need anyhow because that's just my address bar. So I'll open that and then scroll that up there. Okay. And that even looks better just like that. So once it's loaded here, you can do certain things to it, like you can add studio sound, ducking, green screen, but this green screen actually works great in Descript, but this is actually like hard coded in. So it'll be a little bit more challenging to do it on there. All right. So now we've got this script and you can see here immediately Descript has highlighted all these things that I say. It's, like all this stuff, right? And there's a big gap here and just, you can see it's pretty messy. So this is actually the file that's on my YouTube right now. And you can see that there's a lot of stuff that could be cleaned up on this script. So we're going to look at it right now. This is a 9-minute video. Okay. And this is the magic part here. What we're going to do is we're going to, and you can do certain things, remove filler words, but they have these AI tools, which are really cool. So you can basically select Edit for Clarity. And what it will do is it will edit this down to remove disfluencies, repeated sections, and tangents that distract from the core idea. So it's going to be a more polished, more interesting video. And what I'm going to do now, click enter, and AI is going to go through and clean this up. Okay. So the point that I wanted is that right now this video is 9 minutes and 12 seconds. Okay. And so let's see what it looks like when we apply this. So you can apply it to the script or you can copy it a new composition. A new composition is basically, if you look at a file structure, right? It's like the campaign is like the main group, the main folder, and then you could add different compositions to that. And that's sometimes helpful when you're creating a course. So let's just copy it to a new composition and see how that looks. Okay. So this is the cleaned up version, okay, that the script has just done in literally seconds. And it's taken it from 9 minutes and 12 seconds in length to 7 minutes and 45 seconds. So that is a minute and a half that's gone of just the worst parts of this video. A minute and a half of the worst parts of this video are now just obliterated. And you can see here from looking at the script, it's cut out this, it's cut out some of these here, and it's cut out this big long pause where I was thinking and I kind of had to collect my thoughts and then come back into it. And it's cut out this part. And I hope you're finding this interesting because it is really interesting. If you want to put any of these parts back in, you certainly can. But right now I'm looking at this and it's looking so much better to me. And it will be more engaging for the audience. And that's the important thing. So you can also remove the filler words, and we'll see that it's already gotten rid of some of the filler words, but this is going to take out just specifically looks for filler words. And what I'll do is I'll remove all of those filler words. And now it's dropped another almost 10 seconds of just filler words have been taken out. Okay. So this just is so much more better, so much more dynamic just because of AI. And I'll share with you one AI tool that I really like in Descript. I usually do this for all of my videos. You can ask it to write like a blog post on the topic, but I always ask to write a YouTube description for this. Why? Because I just find that writing a description, it's so important to be found in search, but this makes it so much easier. It gives me something to go on, then I'll break it into different sentences and I'll change it a little bit, but it will give me something to go on. And it will also save me a ton of time because it will already break down into chapter markers. So I don't need to rewatch the video to try to find chapters and rewatch, oh, should I start it here? It just does it all for you. And so you don't need to worry about it. So those are definitely some of the reasons that use Descript. But if you do any kind of unscripted video, if you do podcasts, if you do interviews, anything like that, AI Edit for Clarity is a game changer. Okay, sorry to sound like ChatGPT, but it really changes things and it saves you so much time. And at the end of the day, in just a few clicks, if you can make your video so much more engaging and cut off all these just errant parts of it that slow your video down, that break up the rhythm, it really makes sense. So I'll put a link in the description to the script. You can actually try it out for free. There's a free version you can use. I use the paid version because I just find it so helpful, but you can download either of those versions from the link in the description. All right, that's all I got for this one. I'll see you in the next.